This is On Air with BingX.
And welcome back to another AMA session, guys. So today we are back with Aman from Wi-Fi Map. If you guys don't know, Aman leads the Web3 Marketing at Wi-Fi Map. He has a remarkable career spanning over 8 years. Aman has always been a vocal advocate for crypto since 2015. He's been actively participating in various crypto events. But let's hear it from himself. Aman, could you please share some background on how did you start at Wi-Fi Map? Where did this all begin? What are your experiences?
Sure. Thank you for having me here, first of all. Thanks to the entire BingX team. And I've been in crypto since 2015. As you mentioned, I've been speaking at various events, and I've also worked with some of the biggest companies in crypto and Web3 in my past 8 to 9 years experience. And I've been with Wi-Fi Map for a couple of months now. And I was really surprised to see this company in Web3 with so many use cases, with millions of users, and which is in Web3. So I just felt that it's so rare these days to find a company in crypto that has a real use case and which is being used by millions of users every month. So I'll tell you more about Wi-Fi Map though in the AMA, but it's like an 8-year-old company since 2014 and just transformed from Web 2 to Web 3, and I got really interested. So I joined as leading the Web 3 marketing for the company.
All right, that's awesome. And for people who are not quite familiar with the term, could you please tell us more about decentralized Wi-Fi in general, or DY, and how Wi-Fi Map fits into this?
Sure. So DY means decentralized Wi-Fi. It's a revolutionary concept which aims to create a decentralized network of Wi-Fi hotspots. At Wi-Fi Map, we are a key player in the space. We connect users to a network of public Wi-Fi hotspots around the world. So by leveraging the blockchain, we enhance security, privacy, and incentivize our users to contribute to the network. Currently, Wi-Fi Map has over 15 million active Wi-Fi hotspots around the world, which have been contributed by over 13.5 million contributors. So Wi-Fi Map is one of the very few companies in crypto which is being used by millions of users. So if I talk about some statistics, we have 4 million monthly active users. We recently crossed 170 million downloads of the application. And if you go to the Google Play Store, you'll see over 2.5 million reviews on the Google Play Store page for Wi-Fi Map app.
All right, that's amazing. Yeah, I think it definitely hits one of the key pain points here that I have, which is privacy and fear of like these companies stealing my data, especially when using public Wi-Fi. Could you please elaborate in terms of, you mentioned that you incentivize your users to contribute to the network. How does it actually look like?
So basically, it's very simple. All users have to do is, once you have the Wi-Fi Map app, you contribute to the Wi-Fi Map ecosystem. So you can contribute by either adding more public Wi-Fi hotspots or testing and verifying the existing Wi-Fi hotspots, doing speed tests. We have various tools on the application. So it's not just a Wi-Fi finder. If you're concerned about using a public hotspot and concerned about data, as you said, privacy, we also have a VPN. So you can use the
Okay.
VPN, and as contributors, you can contribute to the ecosystem by just adding Wi-Fi's or verifying and testing the existing Wi-Fi's. You get rewarded with Wi-Fi tokens, which you can in turn use to make a purchase on the application. For example, if you travel a lot and if you just need data, you can buy an eSIM from the application. So I'll also touch a little bit about eSIM because not everybody is aware of what an eSIM is. So it's basically as simple as adding a configuration on your phone, and you can just use data wherever you're traveling. So users who are traveling or who are in any region where they cannot buy a SIM card or do not want to go through the hassles of buying a SIM card, they can simply buy an eSIM while they're traveling, right? And it's much cheaper and much more convenient to buying a SIM card. So if you use our application, you can either look for a free Wi-Fi around yourself. In case you're not able to find that, you simply buy an eSIM, and you can buy the eSIM from your Wi-Fi tokens, from your credit debit card, Apple Pay, or a combination of the Wi-Fi tokens and your cards if you have earned some Wi-Fi tokens.
That's great. I'm actually interested in like getting one right now. What are the functionalities of the eSIM? Like, does it work exactly the same as a regular SIM?
So the eSIM, the major difference is that with the eSIM, you do not get a phone number, right? So you cannot make calls as such, but you get the data back. It's more like having the data while having to go through different steps of giving your ID proofs, this and that, to get the phone number and the SIM card. So with the eSIM, you just have a configuration on your phone, and you just get the data. So I was recently traveling to Japan and US, and I simply bought an eSIM rather than buying different SIM cards for different countries. I had an eSIM which had a data pack which worked in both Japan and the US. So wherever I traveled, I just used the data there, and as soon as I felt that the data is about to end, I just refilled the pack. So even if you have not used our application till now, you just download the app, and I can guarantee you that in the next few months you'll make use of it, right? For now, you may think it's probably you don't need it because you don't travel, or probably you have all of that sorted. But if you have it on your phone, you'll definitely use it, either for speed testing, for currency conversion, or for tip calculator, for eSIM, for free Wi-Fi hotspots, or anything else. It's pretty interesting.
No, definitely. Yeah. So you mentioned users collecting Wi-Fi tokens to buy, all of these good stuff that you guys offer. So other than that, how does it fit into the Wi-Fi Map ecosystem?
So I'll tell you why we created that. Basically, it was inspired by the need to create a utility token which powers the Wi-Fi Map ecosystem. So it facilitates transactions within the app. And I would say most importantly, it incentivizes our users to contribute to the Wi-Fi Map ecosystem. And it also allows users to tip each other in a way to thank other contributors for adding hotspots. In future, we also plan to add many more utilities for the token.
Okay, interesting. And so could you elaborate further on how users can actually earn and utilize these Wi-Fi tokens on the Wi-Fi Map?
Sure. As mentioned, it's as simple as contributing to the ecosystem. You are anywhere, you are connected to a public hotspot, Wi-Fi. You just add it to the application, or you speed test the existing Wi-Fi, verify the existing hotspots which you're finding on the application, and that's it. You're contributing, you're earning Wi-Fi tokens, and then once you have the Wi-Fi tokens, you can either use it for in-app purchases, or you can withdraw it to the exchange of your choice. You can withdraw it to BingX and trade your Wi-Fi tokens there.
Yep, that sounds good. So like verify by users for users. That's a great. So you mentioned Wi-Fi Map DAO. So how could this Wi-Fi Map DAO work in the future?
Yes, so we talked about Wi-Fi Map DAO in on the Twitter space, and the DAO is something which the team is planning for the future, and it could involve a lot of different things. For example, voting on upgrades, features, or allocation of funds. So in the past, the team has also bought back Wi-Fi tokens from the open market, and what can be done in the future is that those tokens which were bought from the open market can be donated to the DAO, and then the token holders can decide whether to lock them up in a spot contract or to use it for enhancing the ecosystem. So that's a concept for the near future, but I'm sure it's going to be really interesting and would just make the entire Wi-Fi token and Wi-Fi map ecosystem uh, much more useful for all of our users and Web3.
Yeah, that's great. So I'm gonna backtrack here a little bit. So you guys hit a milestone of 170 million users. So what sets you guys apart? Like, what do you think sets Wi-Fi Map apart from other DY platforms?
Sure. As I mentioned in the beginning, Wi-Fi Map started almost 8 years ago with the problem in hand was to let people get free access to internet, right? And in the current space, I would say the 170 million users definitely sets us apart from other players. It gives us an extensive global coverage. So if you have the app, you'll see Wi-Fi hotspots almost everywhere in the world. And then our commitment to decentralization and community engagement also distinguishes us from other DeFi platforms. So just to touch upon some numbers again, we have over 13.5 million users who have contributed to the Wi-Fi Map app, which makes the information available on the application pretty accurate. The power of crowdsourcing information through this vast network also makes us unique in this space. You can say that we have one of the largest communities in Web3 and crypto at this time.
Okay, that's amazing that it's really community back. And security is very important, especially in this space. So can we talk about the security measures in place for Wi-Fi tokens specifically, and specifically the transactions and your integration with Fireblocks?
Sure. So before I talk about security, let me again mention that I'm not a security expert, but I am the marketing guy. So, but I know that security is definitely a top priority here at Wi-Fi Map, and that is why we have integrated with Fireblocks, which is a leader in the space for providing secure infrastructure for moving, storing crypto assets.
Yep. Okay, that's great. I think that's a great brief description. And what's the plan here? What are the future plans for Wi-Fi Map? Like, for example, in the next 18 months, where do you see it going?
So, in the next 18 months, I would say we have evolved from being a Wi Fi finder. Now we are a top app for travelers and crypto enthusiasts. We are making travel simple, convenient, and affordable. So, we offer services like eSIM, tools like VPN, currency converter, tip calculator, and many others. The
Okay.
future seems, very exciting for us. We will be adding many more features on the application, which would further make travel simpler and more affordable, and at the same time exciting for the Web3 and crypto enthusiasts. So I'll give you an example. We recently added a feature where users can get a street view inside the application. So you don't have to go to any other app. If you are using Wi-Fi Map, you could simply get a street view from your Wi-Fi Map app. And
Oh,
then we plan to add more information. For example, if you're traveling somewhere, you want to find a public restroom. We have plans
yes.
of adding a public restrooms information on the application, and other point of interest. So this would just make the experience much more useful for anybody who's traveling or anybody who's going anywhere, right? You travel, you struggle to find the public restroom. You go to a restaurant here, there. In Europe, you'll see that the restaurants even charge you if you want to use the restroom. So I think all of those things in the future are going to be very interesting for our users on the Wi-Fi Map app.
No, definitely. I think especially the public restroom. I'm currently in Europe and it's so hard to find. I have to like go to a cafe to use it. I feel so bad, like buy like a small cake just to use the public restroom. So yes, definitely I agree there. So speaking of the Wi-Fi token, so how do you see the Wi-Fi token bridging the gap between the Wi-Fi ecosystem and the broader Web3 space in general?
Sure. That's an interesting question, actually. So, by being a crowdsourced project, I'd say we have been a Web 2.5 project from the beginning.
Okay.
And by converting fully this year to Web 3 with the launch of Wi Fi token, it also allows us to reward our users, which brings average non-crypto people into crypto world, right? So all of our existing users who never even heard about crypto or used a token, who are contributing, being rewarded in Wi-Fi tokens, get into the world of crypto, right? And then our token facilitates a culture of appreciation and collaboration by enabling users to tip fellow contributors. As we progress, our vision extends further. So, envisioning Wi Fi as a bridge between Web3 and the Web2 domains, our future further, we plan involving and creating innovative use cases that invite participation from both Web2 and Web3 worlds. So, as an example, we will in the future let Web2, Web3 brands find value in utilizing Wi Fi tokens to connect with our extensive audience. So that will help build that relationship. In a sense, Wi-Fi token acts as a conduit, allowing the dynamic and growing Web3 community to seamlessly integrate into the existing Wi-Fi map ecosystem.
Okay, just a follow-up question there. So you mentioned like reeling in these Web2 people as well. I'd imagine like previously when I was in Web2, like jumping into the Web3 space, there's a lot information to take on, like decentralization, what's that, like tokenization, all these different terms. Like how would you say Wi-Fi map helps the transition from Web2 to Web3 easier, or like more easier to understand for a fellow normie?
Absolutely, and we see that concern as well within our community, which is where a lot of Web2 users are already there. When we see the transition to Web3, we see a lot of doubts, questions coming in, and how we plan to solve that is through having a lot of interactive sessions, social media engagement, community engagement with all of our users, right? We have a lot of educational content on our channels, be it YouTube, Twitter, Telegram, Discord community, and we are always trying to educate our existing audience with what Web3 is and what it's bringing to our users and to the world. So we are always on the lookout to again collaborate on efforts like the AMAs, where we talk more about Web3, talk more about decentralization, DeFi, and the upcoming concepts in the space, and how we can educate more and more users in the space. And similarly, we do that for our audience as well. We do basic explainers, basic things to explain them what Web3 is, what crypto is, how do wallets work. And we have a lot of tutorial videos on how to buy Wi-Fi token, how to trade that, what are the use cases, how does a utility token works, and everything around that. So we do like a lot of education as well to make this process a smooth one for all of our users.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's also something that BingX is trying to do to, really push for awareness and education, especially in the crypto space, where in the lately events we've been getting a little more negative light. But yeah, that's definitely we're all for education. So could you tell us more about the Wi-Fi Maps team? Like what experiences and expertise do they bring?
Yeah, sure. So I would say the team is a group of tech enthusiasts, crypto enthusiasts, and dedicated individuals working to revolutionize the internet connectivity. Led by our founders, Dennis, who's the CEO, and Igor, the CTO, who bring together over 20 years of industry experience. The team at Wi-Fi Map is committed to making seamless interconnectivity accessible to all. And with passionate crypto enthusiasts on board, like myself and many others on the team, we believe in the power of blockchain to transform technology for everyone.
All right. Oh, it's good to hear fellow blockchain enthusiasts just coming together. So my final question, like what's the big picture here? In what ways do you see Wi-Fi Map contributing to the future of wireless connectivity? And what is your long-term goals for the project itself?
Absolutely. As mentioned, having one of the largest communities in the Web3 space with over 170 million users and counting, our aim would be to continue creating a truly decentralized user driven network. And
Okay.
when we talk about the long-term goals, we want to involve advancing the technology, increasing global coverage, and continuously improving our user experience. As mentioned previously as well, we will continue leveraging Web3 technology to build and improve our products and services.
All right. I think that's all we have for today. Thank you so much, Aman, for joining us today. Do check out Wi-Fi Map if you haven't already, and do give BingX a follow for more updates on upcoming stuff and events in the crypto space. And yeah, thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Natalie, for having me.